Samsung's been on a roll as of late with products such as the Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus, the Galaxy Book, a 2-in-1 which I recently reviewed, and now they're back in the notebook game with this. It's the Samsung Notebook 9 Pro. My name is Andrew, and this is the AMDtech unboxing and first look at the Samsung Notebook 9 Pro. The Notebook 9 Pro 15-inch version comes in at $1299. Now there is a 13.3-inch version that comes in at $1099. Packaging is very premium with this device, and I wouldn't expect anything less from Samsung at this price point. Opening the box, you're greeted by the Notebook 9 Pro itself. The included power supply is 19 volts, 3.16 amps, and it has the barrel pin connector. But you could also use the USB Type-C port to charge this device, a nice option to have. Of course, we'll talk about battery life and charging times in the full review coming very soon. And you get some documentation in the box along with some warranty information as well. Here are some of the key features with the Samsung Notebook 9 Pro. Both the 13 and the 15-inch versions have the Core i7-7500U Kaby Lake processor, but the 15-inch version has an AMD Radeon 540 dedicated graphics card with 2 GB of video RAM. And it has a premium all-metal design. And just like the 12-inch Galaxy Book, it features the S Pen. We'll talk more about the S Pen later in this video. At 3.79 pounds or 1.7 kilos, this is a very portable device. Holding the Notebook 9 Pro for the first time, you're struck by just how thin and light this is, especially for a 15-inch device. The unit I have has 16 GB of RAM, and it also has a 256 GB SSD drive. Unfortunately, it's not the PCIe NVMe kind we would like to see, but rather the SATA 3 kind. The Notebook 9 Pro sports a 15-inch IPS touch display, and it's a really good panel with a 1920 by 1080 resolution. That's a full HD resolution, but it doesn't have a 4K option as you would get with the Dell XPS 15, but it really is a nice display with very deep blacks and very vibrant colors. Now, color accuracy is spot on at 106% sRGB, and it got a Delta E score of 0.2, 0 being the ideal. That is very good. And it gets bright at 350 nits with an outdoor mode that bumps it up to 450 nits. Really good. Viewing angles are excellent, and the touch display is very responsive. And I also like the fact that it has very thin bezels on the side, a trend that we've been seeing in 2017 and hopefully will continue on into the near future. And it supports the S Pen. Yes, you have the S Pen with this device, and it's stored in the device itself. And it has 4096 levels of pressure sensitivity. It's a bit on the thin side, but you can use other Wacom pens that support the EMR technology, such as Bamboo and other brands. And there is a $45 Staedtler Norris pencil made for the Samsung Notebook 9 Pro. The S Pen supports the tilt function, and it also has very good pressure sensitivity, and palm rejection worked as advertised, really spot on. And just like the Galaxy Book we recently reviewed, this also has the Air command, where it's activated when you pull out the S Pen from its silo. Digital artists and note takers will like the fact that the pen is stored in the device and it's there when you need it in a pinch. We'll talk more about the S Pen in the full review, and let me know in the comment section below if you want a dedicated video just showing off the S Pen. As far as ports are concerned, here's what you get. On the right side of the device, you have your power button. Next to that is your MicroSD card slot for storage expansion. And next to that are 2 USB 3.0 Type A. And on the left side of the device, you have your DC in where you'll charge the device with the included power supply. And next to that is a full-size HDMI port to connect to a TV or monitor. And it's good to see next to that we have a USB Type-C. Unfortunately, it's not Thunderbolt 3 supported, but it also has the ability to charge the device through that port. It's also, of course, used for data transfer. A nice option to have when you don't want to bring the included power supply and you want to use other USB Type-C chargers that you may have for other devices. A nice option to have. And next to that is your 3.5mm headset jack. Now, because this is a yoga-style convertible device, you're not going to be able to open it with one hand because the hinge had to be designed in a way that allows it to be folded back into tablet mode and the other various modes that it allows. fold it back into what we call tent mode, which is very good in the kitchen if you're using it for recipes and the like. Of course, you can fold it into tablet mode. You can use it with the S Pen, or what I like to call media mode, using it as a stand, as you see here. It's also nice for watching movies and the like. But with this being a 15-inch device, most of the time I use it in laptop mode. So far, I'm really liking the keyboard with 1.4 millimeters of key travel. It really is comfortable to type on. I like its island style, chiclet style keys that are nicely spaced out. Very comfortable to type on for extended periods of time. In the initial use that I've had it so far, really liking this keyboard. It's very sturdy with very little flex. Good job on the engineering of this keyboard. And I'm really liking the touchpad. It's a glass touchpad that's nicely sized and it really is very responsive. Two-finger scrolling is a pleasure and Windows 10 gestures work really well. The Samsung Notebook 9 Pro sports two bottom-facing speakers. They're okay, they're not outstanding, but they certainly are not the worst I've ever heard. They're pretty average at best. The front-facing webcam supports Windows Hello Login, which is excellent. That's something I'm a big fan of, and it worked really well. Of course, we'll test the webcam in the full review coming very soon. The Samsung Notebook 9 Pro sports a 54 watt-hour battery. I'm guessing at around 6 to 6.5 hours is what you're going to get out of this device based on my initial use for the past couple of days. Of course, I will do full testing and all that I normally do to test the battery and the charging times in the full review, so stay tuned for that coming very soon. It has Windows 10 Home, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it has a light-on 256 gigabyte SATA 3 SSD drive, of which about 187 gigabytes are available to the user. Here's how it did on the Crystal Diskmark test. It did a 530.2 on the read and a 293.9 on the write. Not very good. These are SATA 3 scores. I wish they would put a PCIe NVMe that they make for other manufacturers. Why not put it in their own device? That's a mystery to me. It did an 8605 on the multi-core score of the Geekbench 4 test, and it did a 4366 on the single-core score. Its built-in graphics did 9683 on the OpenCL score. And the AMD Radeon 540 graphics card did 27189, really good score indeed. It has Bluetooth 4.1 and dual-band wireless AC 8265, always good to see that. So far, both work well with very good reception and very good range. So what do you think about the Samsung Notebook 9 Pro? Now, I will have my full review coming very soon, where we'll do our full testing. I'll test the display, I'll test the battery, we'll test the performance in even more in-depth benchmarks and testing and so forth. So stay tuned for the full review. It's coming very soon. But what do you think of its price at $12.99? What do you think about the S Pen that's included? The fact that you can store it in the device? I really like it. But I'm curious to know what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Not crazy about its read and write scores of its SATA 3 SSD drive. Wish they went with a PCIe NVMe drive. That one that they produce in other devices for other manufacturers. Kind of strange why they didn't put it in their own device. But again, I'm curious to know what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section below. I am curious to know. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, and of course our website, AMDtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.